What's going on, guys? It's Outlaw here with another review video of the Meepo V3. I actually got this board about 2 weeks ago, and get you a good look at it here. Still holding up well. Wheel wise and everything still holding up good. They're not. My hub motors aren't dug in too bad as people said. Front wheels still holding up real well. Bearings still doing good. And so, bottom of the board still looking nice for the most part. Now, mind you, I just did give her a wipe down, but real quick, just wanted to say about this board. I've put about 30 miles on this board so far. So, not too much, but I've had just enough to go down a couple times and get scraped up. So, definitely would say, unless you're like me and you just don't really care about knee pads and that, definitely you want to, if it's, if you're younger or whatever, you want to make sure you wear a helmet, make sure you wear some padding, because you will do things like that when you bail. And when you're bailing at 25 mile an hour, like I said, I haven't took it up to the top speed yet because I'm just wouldn't say too scared, but I just don't really have a necessity to go that fast. And it already gets pretty bad speed wobbles, even with the 100 amp bushings in the back that I put. So I don't want to go any more crazier with it, but very good board. Like I said, I paid $430 for it, and it came in like 2 weeks. So definitely worth paying the extra $30-40 for it to come in 2 weeks rather than 2 months. Everywhere I go, people are asking, what is that? They want to know about it. They want to, I've already handed out a couple of the cards because people wanted to try it, and then they got on it, and they said it was awesome. They were like, just stunned about it. So, so I did have to hand out a couple of the cards that they gave me with it, but that's okay, because, it would be nice for somebody in my area to get one of these, so that way I could have somebody to roll with. I took it down to the gas station. It does have good range. One thing I will say is the battery life. Like, on your remote, it'll say you only have 1 bar left, but then if you like take it to charge, it'll be like 50, like 48 or 50% or something. So really, you have like a whole half of your life left. But your remote definitely doesn't do the battery life justice. If you got the M4 remote, so that's just something to note there. The remote is and also the remote does not take spills well, as you can see. From the bottom, the casing is pretty cheap. I mean, that might have just been because, look at that, it shaved it down because I was sliding. So, I mean, but still works. Turn it on so you can see. Right now, the board's disconnected, it says, obviously, because it's just sitting right here. But still really good remote. And the battery life on the remote is fine. I haven't had any issues with the battery life on the remote. I've almost never had to charge it. I mean, I charge it just cause I don't want it to go out ever. But I've never had the remote die on me. And the remote always has full battery life, even when the board is dead. So, that's really good. I did have to tighten up all these screws because they were kind of raised up, so I went on the back side and just tightened it down with the tool they give you. And that was fine. Another thing is, too, on this right here, it is raised up a little bit. I can actually see a little gap in there, so I will be. Now, the backside one, honestly, the battery casing, I don't see any problems with. It's really just this backside right here, so I'm going to go ahead and correct that later. I don't really ride in the rain or anything like that, so not a huge deal for me, but I would definitely recommend the Meepo. There's a lot of other brands out there, and you can always make one yourself and stuff like that and just order parts. But you know, for the price and for what you get for it, you know, the Meepo is definitely where it's at. The only thing I would say is I might would have considered the Mini a little bit more, just because it's like it's got the you know, it's got the kick tail and that you can, you know, it's a little bit more maneuverable in tight spaces. Like, so like if you're in, like, one thing if you're just like going through a city or whatever where you got walking trails and all this stuff, like the longboard's probably good for you. But you know, for someone like me who there's not a lot of walking trails and there's a lot of like different, you know, streets and stuff and sidewalks, you got to switch constantly from the street to the sidewalk and this and that. It might be better for you if you live in more of a, you know, ghetto or area where it's not so built up with bike trails and stuff. You might want to get the Mini. So, that's my review of the Meepo. I think it's a great board. I would recommend it to anybody. And like I said, just wear protection if you can, if you care about that stuff. I mean, if you're not going to be maxing out, you know, if you're going to try to max out speed and things like that, put some gear on, guys. You know, if you're just going for, you know, you're going to be in speed zone 2 or speed zone 3, even speed zone 3 gets a little fast. So, you know, if you're going to just be in those, you know, then, you know, you might not need it so much. But if you're going to be trying to, you know, max out and do the most with your board, then definitely wear some protection, you know, because you don't want to break anything or anything like that. Then you really won't be able to ride your board for a while. So, well, anyways, my son's hungry, so let me go ahead and get him some food, and I will holler at you guys later. Let me know what you guys think of the review. Like, comment, subscribe. I know it was short, sweet, to the point. Get the Meepo Mini. Get the Meepo V3. Get you a Meepo. Peace.